Hi, welcome to Divinely Guided Tarot. If you're new, please like, share, subscribe, and welcome. This is a Divine Masculine Twin Flame reading. Just tapping in to see what's going on with Divine Masculine. During meditation today, I saw a lot of orange, which is beautiful because orange depicts having feeling and emotion in your sacral chakra, which is the second chakra, which really opens up for you to have communication with others and to have the ability to accept others, also to allow new expectations and experiences in your lives. Okay, and it definitely speaks about having emotional balance, as far as it gives you the sense of abundance, where you are able to feel love and pleasure and sexuality. So I definitely saw a couple together in the sunlight, in water, just having a connection. But they were young souls. I almost got the sense of knowing each other when you were young, okay? And perhaps maybe that's why you're having this attraction to your divine masculine, because you've known each other in a different lifetime and you've come together now in this lifetime, to pretty much fulfill your missions that you're supposed to be here for. Okay, just thought I would throw that out. But a lot of these questions come up from meditation for me, and this is let's see what the energy for divine masculine is at this time set. What is the energy and mindset of divine masculine currently? So the first one that popped out is loyalty. So perhaps divine masculine is definitely going through a sense of having loyalty in their life, really being guided to something that is harmonious as far as coming together with someone that brings harmony into their life, obedience and invisible. So very interesting. And then self-worth. So I feel like divine masculine is really going through a change as far as being able to feel things. One of the questions that I'm going to ask is if there's a truth in this connection, because I feel that there's a sense where divine masculine really lacks in the self-worth department as far as feeling like they're invisible and not really being able to maybe I feel like they just don't feel like this is a true connection for them, because it's so spiritual and they haven't felt something like this before. But I definitely feel like with obedience, it could be time to let go of a kind of a situation where they need to not be so obedient to a person that is trying to control them and manipulate them in the wrong direction. Okay, I feel that with obedience, this definitely has this strong pull to me as far as maybe a karmic cycle or a karmic kind of situation that holds them. And I feel like they're seeking this kind of loyalty, okay, because at this point they feel invisible, which is not always a good mindset to be, but it's like spirit is nudging them to really go to that transformation where they have self-love, self-value, and something like this, okay? But I'm really interested in the obedience. I really want to clarify what that means, because I feel like there's something that holds them back, even though they're really looking for loyalty and love, and they are starting to really feel love. Where, like I said, with the sacral chakra being orange, it's like it speaks about change, and it speaks about accepting love from others and you receiving it as well. Where I feel like they're questioning themselves, why would divine feminine love me so much? Is it that simple? Is it that easy? There's strings attached, but in reality, divine feminine is loyal, is a loyalist. I mean, definitely the harmonious person that they need to go from. And I feel like they're trying to break free from either that karmic cycle or that karmic partner and really have love in their life. Okay. But I would really, I'm just curious about this obedience. What does this obedience mean Card 48 for Divine Masculine. See, really letting go of stuff. Maybe it is work. Maybe they're being obedient to the money, to the pentacle, you know. Perhaps not being happy where they're at, maybe not making enough, maybe, you know, maybe working on having inner strength. Okay, it could be several things. I feel like there, this card is just like they're just definitely doing things to really balance out, maybe balance emotions out for someone else. With the Nine of Wands, it's definitely speaking of, you know, having gone through some kind of hard situation, really being banged up. Maybe it's with work that they're feeling like this. Okay. See, this one also flopped over, and it's the Six of Pentacles, where it's speaking about giving and taking, and perhaps there's some kind of balance that needs to be taken, as far as some kind of equilibrium that needs to happen with Divine Masculine. Clarify the Nine of Wands and okay, so perhaps there needs to be something that needs to be opened up as far as creating balance in their life, as far as moving away from a toxic situation and really feeling invisible. What does the invisible mean? Card 16. What does that mean, invisible? I do feel like there's a sense of unbalance here with this invisible. I feel like there's a lot of cloudiness and uncertainty as far as which way to go, because of the fact that they've been placed. So many obstacles have been placed in front of them. That's what I'm trying to say. There's been so many obstacles placed in front of Divine Masculine that at this point they really don't know. They don't have this opened energy as far as which way to go. But Spirit is saying, hey, you do have that knowledge. Even though you're feeling a little offset and a little cloudy at the moment, it's like you do have the knowledge and the intuition as far as which way to go. Perhaps maybe at this point something's being exposed to them, something that was withheld from them, secret, some kind of secret. Maybe they're holding a secret from you. But something's being exposed with this invisible. I feel like I definitely feel, yeah, where there's some kind of emotion that is really pulling on them. That's really pulling on them to accept and to receive and to give love. For whatever reason, they're holding back, and it's a secret. I feel it's like a secret to Divine Feminine. Okay, so they really need to take this power, empowering moment. See, there's orange in this card too, where it speaks about healing, having stability. So at this point, for whatever reason, Divine Masculine is still feeling unsturdy and unstable. Okay, somewhat invisible and somewhat in a cloud. Okay, which definitely needs to change. And I feel that there's a strong power that's overcoming Divine Masculine as far as which direction to take and move forward in the journey, to heal, to allow healing. Because this is very empowering card, the Emperor. It's taking control of your life. Okay, there's two majors here that are saying there's a major shift that is trying to come through for Divine Masculine. Please clarify the 32 self-worth. What does this mean, self-worth? Okay, so really feeling like they're worth something, feeling like their wishes are going to come true. This is something that's somewhat of a change for them. They really haven't felt like they've been self-worth, like they didn't have self-love. Okay, and so perhaps, because I do see a change, I felt it today in the meditation with there's water, and there's water and a young couple at the end, just really coming together and having that feeling of a wish fulfillment and a lot of passion there, which has caused them to have a change. It's hard to explain, but it's like just feeling of warmth and sensuality, and just almost a sense where they just can't fight it anymore. Okay. And so this is definitely with the Three of Wands, where they're making, it's like they're waiting. It's like they're waiting to make a change. And I feel like they're ready to make a change. Definitely taking control of their life and becoming that driver in that seat, and not really being obedient to someone else, not really being obedient to the karmic partner or their karmic cycle that they're in. Okay. So definitely you have a lot of wands here. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of love. This is really where with the Two of Wands you come together and you make one, and you definitely have that knowing. Even though they try to push it back, they have this knowing of really where the loyalty lies. Okay. So that's what their energy is like today. It's like up and down, really feeling like, I feel like they're coming from a place where they had no self-worth to having a self-worth, and really recognizing who's loyal to them and who they need to be obedient to, that creates a balance for them. And it's definitely not the karmic partner or a karmic situation. Okay. Really finding love within themselves and really having passion to move forward is what that self-worth is all about. So this is something that they're going through at this time, which is very empowering, because there is a change. I do feel like there is a change in the twin flame community, in the collective energy. Okay. So let's see here. What else can come about? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I definitely feel like they're in between worlds, and they're really getting a pull to something that is different and allowing more love and self-worth to come in, as far as clearing the sacral chakra. Okay. Which can make a big difference whether they allow to whether they allow themselves to receive love. And obviously you're divine feminine, you want to give them love, but see, if they're hard into it and they don't feel it, that's where the problem starts. Okay. Please clarify. Oh, not clarify, I'm sorry. My first question is, what is currently happening with divine masculine in the cycle that they're in? What is currently happening in the cycle that divine masculine is in? What is currently happening to them? Thank you. Okay, so Two of Earth, really needing to make a decision as far as which direction to take their life, really being guided and being grounded to a direction where they can have peace and harmony in their life. Definitely. I do feel like a lot of healing is going on, a lot of spirituality that is happening for them, if only they allow it to happen. See, and there's orange in this card as well. So I'm telling you, look up what orange means. And orange definitely means change and being able to feel. And this is what's happening to them currently, which is beautiful, guys, because you want them to change. You don't want them to stay stuck in that same kind of place. Okay. And then the Five of Air. So this is where, it's like definitely asking you, learn from your mistakes and your situations, let go of them. Don't have like, don't get stuck in a mental thinking where you feel like, where you are invisible. It's like, this is what Spirit's trying to tell them, because they're sort of lost in this space where they think they don't really matter. And this card, the Five of Air, is definitely saying, the universe has made a choice for you already in which direction to take your life. Allow it to come in and to form for you, instead of staying stagnant in an environment that truly there's no growth for you. Okay. And so see, there is definitely healing with the Sun card here. It's a definite healing as far as having growth within themselves, being really spiritually guided and awakening. I feel like divine masculine is awakening, and that's why there's so much orange in meditation for the collective energy. Okay. The Sun, the Magician, and balance. So yes, definitely, even with obedience, it's like learning to balance their energy. So I feel like at this time, even though you haven't heard anything, there is things happening inside on a spiritual level for divine masculine, which allows healing and balance to take place. Okay. So it's happening in moderation, and really they're waiting for perfect timing. That's what this card is. It's like waiting for that perfect time, but really allowing for some kind of balance and moderation to happen in their life. Okay. And then with the Magician, this is definitely having a new beginning. This is really where they start to manipulate their energy and really start to manifest what they truly want and desire. It's like they're ready. Spirit's saying you're ready. You have all the resources that you need to manifest them. This is like take control of your magic. It's just like that Emperor card, like taking control of the magic and stability, forming stability into your life. So this is where I definitely feel like there's got to be a change for your divine masculine as far as being able to move forward in the twin flame journey. And it's due because they're balancing out their life. They're realizing who they need to be obedient to, not as far as like obedience in a sense where they need to know where to lay their loyalty in. They're being guided by a harsh person as far as giving their loyalty to a harsh person instead of giving their loyalty to someone who is a harmonious, loving person, if that makes sense. So this person that controls them, whether it's a person or a karmic cycle, is guiding them in the wrong direction. But Spirit is saying, hey, you know what? You've made some mistakes along the road, but hey, it's okay. Let go of it. This is telling you you can move forward from it. You can heal from that kind of invisible despair kind of feeling that you're having. Okay, and this is definitely a change. The Two of Earth is very much like being balanced and healing, and I feel like that's what's going on for divine masculine, where a lot of these cards right here, especially the Sun and the Magician, they're speaking about how you see yourself on the fifth chakra sense, where you can visualize and really be magical, like really manifest and manipulate your energy for the good, not for the bad, really. And I do feel like even though you don't see things happening on the material plane, something on the inside is growing, something is happening, and you really have to wait for the divine timing, because if it happens too soon, you'll just revert into that runner or chaser phase again. Okay, so I do feel like what's happening is there's a change. Definitely, I feel like it's an awakening in a sense. And that's one of my questions I was going to ask is, let's ask it now. Has divine masculine awakened to spirituality in the twin flame connection? Okay, so the Six of Air. So this is definitely where things are looking up. Okay, things are looking up in the positive direction, and the end of a difficult situation is coming. So this is, if you see there's a boat right here, this is speaking of movement towards you. So there's a trip or some kind of motion that divine masculine needs to make with the Six of Air, that it's a motion coming towards you. Okay, because I feel that even in meditation, that young couple I saw, yeah, you guys might not be young souls anymore, but in this realm, but see, your souls were connected in the past, and it's just like there's this sense of comfort and warmth and sexuality that brings you together. Okay, so there's a movement. This is success, and the question was, is divine masculine awaken to spirituality? And God, yes, it means it's moving. They're moving into it. Okay, they're moving into the spirituality, which is an awakening, and which really helps them to really understand this connection. Okay, because you as a divine femme probably awakened before divine masculine, and you're aware of this stuff. Okay, you're aware of the connection, and they might still been asleep where they weren't really aware of it. Okay, So the Page of Water. So this is definitely being more intuitive, more open to spirituality. This is also when it's clarifying that someone is entering your life. It's a love offer. It's like the Page of Cups. Like, this is a love offer. Okay, this is when a relationship starts, and really there's an attachment and attraction to it, because it's a spiritually guided connection for you. If you see a fish and dolphin and whales, they vibrate at a very high rate as far as vibrationally. This, by you being like this high vibrating, honest, loyal person, you're attracting your divine masculine to you. Okay, so I do feel that the question is answered with a yes. I feel that divine masculine is getting spiritually awakened. Okay, which is beautiful, because that draws them into you, divine femme. Okay, I want to know, my next question is, what currently hinders divine masculine from growth and development in the twin flame journey? What hinders divine masculine from growth and development in the twin flame journey, please? At this time, please. Okay, the Page of Earth and the Queen of Water. So in a sense, it's like the only thing that's hindering here is the fact that they're not making this offer. Like, they're very much being pulled to give you this kind of offer with the Page of Earth. It's like the Page of Pentacles, where you get that offer, and it's a good news. It's good. It's when you're doing good financially, it's good news coming in for you. It's like wanting to do something more challenging, and really like starting a new venture, a new study. So in a sense, it's like what's hindering them is that they're not making the move to do this, to really pick up and learn something new. And the connection between you and divine masculine is definitely a new learning experience that they could have. Okay, so it's like they're holding back their emotion. With the Queen of Water, they have so much emotion for divine feminine, and it's very spiritually driven, that if they don't take this initiative to start and develop the new relationship, it hinders them. Okay, it's like they need to have trust in their intuition, and really have trust in the situation, and trust in themselves, in order to like really expand with this twin flame journey. Because see, the question is what's hindering them. So what's hindering them is that they don't make the move to the Queen of Water, which is you, divine feminine. They don't give that offer to you, and for whatever reason, it's what spirit is really driving them to really to give you an offer, is what the universe is trying to push divine masculine into asking you. And I know this too, because the Four of Wands, which is the Four of Fire in this deck, but it's really speaking of a commitment that brings peace and abundance, as far as like a happier home, a happier life, and really having like success and completing a union. It's like there's so much passion and fire, and I feel that the only thing that hinders them is that they don't make that move. And I feel that it's got to be about fear, something dealing with fear. Okay, with the King of Fire, it's definitely speaking about being focused and driven to this new beginning, communicating and opening up with visions, and like being a leader and taking charge of their life. Okay, it's something that hinders them for whatever reason. I'm going to clarify why, but I myself am feeling that it's due to fear, and that's what hinders them. Okay, and then the Ten of Water, which is definitely speaking, this is like Ten of Cups. This is definitely where they can be their happiest. I just don't feel that for whatever reason, with the Five of Fire, it's like there's a mental conflict inside of them, even though knowing that, oh my God, this is where I can truly be happy and find my peace, you know, in this connection with divine feminine, and having like a happy family life, they still hold back from it. And this is definitely where Spirit is saying, hey, this is where you're going to get everything that you materially need, as far as having like a trustworthy relationship come about for you. Okay, so see this, it's like it's like you can really evolve and have a happy home and a happy life with divine feminine, but they really hold on. And with the Five of Fire, it's really where they need to let go of things that hold them back, having conflict with others, having conflict with themselves, really to allow completing a goal. So this is really the hindrance right here. Whatever, this is really conflict with others. This is having that conflict with others. Really, like I said in the very beginning, having an obedience to the wrong person, the wrong situation, really putting their energy in the wrong basket. Really, that's what this is boiling down to. And it's what Spirit is trying to nudge them to wake up to. Okay, and it's what they're waking up to. But I want to know, let's see this. Let me shuffle these a little bit because I just sort of stuck them on top of each other. What is this Five of Fire? And will divine masculine be able to walk away from the Five of Fire? The Five of Fire, guys, it's like the Five of Wands, where there's inner conflict. And the inner conflict may not so much be with themselves. It could be with the karmic partner or the karmic cycle that they're in. Clarify the Five of Fire, please. Okay, will they, and I was going to say, will they be able to move on? And so see, here's another 5 and then a 10. So this is speaking about ending that stagnant situation as far as with the 10 of Swords, you know, being where they're just not moving and feeling a sense of death. Really, it's not an actual death. It's more of a like being binded to something and you're not being able to get free from it. But it is a 10, so it is completing a cycle. And really with the 5 of Swords, it's yeah, there's conflict, there's mental conflict, they're thinking about it too much, and there is quarreling and all that kind of stuff. But if you really understand the 5 of Swords, it's like you gotta surrender to it. You know, that's, it's almost like the small version of the Judgment card. You got to release it. Release any animosity in your life. And I do feel, because it is a 10 that came out, it's going to end. Something's going to end. Because the most positive cards are coming out. The only negative one that came out is this one, where they're maybe they're weighing the pros and cons and not really knowing which way to go, okay? But yet they got this sense of family, you know, the happiness in the family. So see, there's that Temperance, and that's speaking about healing. This is clarifying in the 5 of Fire, guys. Temperance, the King of Pentacles, and the Sun. So really becoming stronger within themselves. And see, there's that orange. I feel like it's a slow moving boat, but it's definitely happening. And I do feel like it's something that's happening in the material realm for divine masculine and divine feminine, where they can come together. There's really a lot of passion. And like with my meditation, and it was almost like a dream state kind of meditation, where I saw this couple together, but as a young form, like, but there's such an attraction to it and such of passion for each other, and it's very healing. And so I just feel like it's a matter of time. If you're really drawn to the moon and sunsets, it's like that could be you and your divine masculine energy, as far as what, like that kind of warm feeling that brings you together, you know. So pay attention what makes you trigger, whether it's the moon, the sun, water, stuff like that. Okay. Let's see. Is divine masculine balancing his or her energy, as far as energy and emotion? Are they learning to balance it? Are they learning to balance their emotions and their energy? Okay, so the one that really flipped out is the Eight of Earth, which is definitely working on it. See, learning and working on it. Really taking the time to make a change and become skilled at it. So I feel like they are learning about the divine feminine, divine masculine energy as far as twin flames. They're looking about it. They're searching about it because I feel like they've been awakened to it. Remember I asked if they've been spiritually awakened, and I do believe that they have been. So the question was, are they balancing their emotion? Well, they're learning to. The answer is they're learning. They're learning to balance it, and they're really seeking out any kind of energy or any kind of material as far as that will explain the twin flame journey is what they're saying. Okay, so they are trying very hard to balance out their energy. I do feel like it takes a lot of strength. This is another one that popped out, strength, which is really talking about inner strength. Okay, being grounded and being really able to control your emotion and just really to release harsh judgments of themselves that are cast on themselves and cast by other people. So really learning to forgive and have compassion for themselves. So this is something they're learning. And see, it is an 11. So I do feel like this is definitely in the twin flame journey where they're healing and they're getting stronger. Okay, and then 3 of water, which is like the 3 of cups, where this is definitely saying that there's a celebration coming for you, whether it be a birth of a child, a birth of a new union, a birth of maybe a wedding proposal or something like this. It's saying, this is coming in for you. And this is what they're really working to get to. 3 of water is definitely for me where it speaks about reunion and coming together as one. Okay. So I do feel like that's what they're learning to do as far as balancing out their energy and really letting go of sadness and grief and disappointing things that they've done to you, to others, to themselves. Really needing to forgive themselves and forgive others. Okay, so this is what they're learning. This is what they're trying to do. Okay, whether it be something that they speak to you about or something that's going on the inner self. It's like spirit is really trying to take control of their inner core. Okay, and I would like to know. What does divine masculine need to grasp as far as divine feminine? Like, what do they need to understand about divine feminine? Okay. And I asked that because it's like, it's very much like with this card right here where they feel invisible, where I get this sense of they're in a fog. And spiritually and energetically, they feel the connection between divine feminine, but how do they grasp it in the material world? How are they grasping it? Like, because there's some confusion to them as far as you allowing them to come return to you, start a partnership with you. How could it be so easy? How could it be so easy that you would let them return or even hold love for them? It's like sort of like a cloudiness that they're sitting through. Okay, and so ego. So because the question is what do they need to grasp and really realize as far as divine feminine? And this is releasing that ego because see, I think I said it earlier where they're really controlled by fear. So it's really letting go of that mask and having that false sense of entrapment. They trap themselves. And remember, one of the questions was, what is hindering them? What hinders them is that they're not given this offer. And that offer is because of the ego, this being scared, okay? And they're being overly focused on material things, which this journey teaches you to let go of that materialism and really work on your being harmonious and loyal and spiritual, because that raises the vibration of the world, the planet, which is why twin flames are created. Okay, so really needs to let go of negative and fearful thoughts. Okay, that's what they need to come to grasp. That divine feminine is still there. Okay, it's like, this is the other one that came out too. It's like they're needing to understand that divine feminine is this over empowering woman, and they're not going to give up on divine masculine. And it could be a female or a male that is divine feminine or divine masculine. You got to switch the roles and take it as it resonates for you. But it's like divine feminine is not giving up, and they're going to keep fighting. And this is what divine masculine really needs to grasp and let go of fear, that divine feminine is always going to be there for them. Okay, really having courage and believe in themselves, and the believe in divine feminine, that their passion and drive has not died for divine masculine, if that makes sense. So it's like they need to come to grasp with the fact that divine femme is very powerful, as far as their love and the connection and the wanting to have divine masculine in their life, regardless of all the sorrow and all the sadness that they've caused you. You see this? Letting go of this, letting go of any kind of sadness or regrets, you know? So yeah, that's a big thing that they need to get over. Okay. Does divine masculine find truth in the twin flame connection? Do they find truth in the twin flame connection? Okay. So the Knight of Fire, yeah, they find truth in it, because there's so much damn passion there. I'm telling you, during that meditation, and it was very powerful. It's like a connection. Seeing there's water, and this is very much the colors that I was seeing, the orangey and the connection with the water. It's like your sensuality and spirituality brings you together. So yes, they do find that there is a truth in this connection, which gives them that kind of self-assured kind of energy where they have self-worth and self-love. Okay, so this is a sudden kind of like a sudden event that needs to occur. It'll come quickly. It's like Knight of Fire. It's definitely a passionate offer that needs to come in for you, and really, I feel like they're really taking the time to think things through before they charge in and come together with divine feminine, because they want to make sure that everything comes out correctly and comes out good. Okay, the Page of Air, this is where they need to have truth and honesty. So they do believe in it. I do feel like, because the question is do they have truth? Do they find truth in the twin flame connection? And yes, they do. That's definitely what this question is. It's about logic, being honest, impulsive, and curious about it. And they are trying to learn more and more about this connection. Like I said, divine femme might have been the one that was awakened first. Okay, if not, you can switch it. You can switch how it resonates for you. But this is definitely challenging information, and really finding truth and delivering the truth and acting on the truth. Okay, so yes, definitely they do. They definitely do have a truth in this connection, even though you might think they don't, or maybe they don't come out verbally and tell you what their truths are. This is what they're thinking subconsciously. We're tapping into their subconscious, and this is what they think about divine femme. Okay, what is the message that divine masculine, if divine masculine could give a message to divine feminine currently, what is that message, please? What is the message? If divine, okay. So, let's see, Six of Water. This is where they're really thinking about you. This is the Six of Cups. Okay, Six of Water is that Six of Cups. they're really wanting to let you know they think about you. They spend a lot of their time really thinking about your childhood and something that made them happy. And remember, in that dream meditation that I had, I go back to the young souls. It's like this is what makes them happy. And I feel that you guys have known each other from a past life when you were young souls. And this is what they want you to know. It's like they go back and they have this memory of you. This is really visualizing and recognizing that there is a connection with divine feminine. Okay, this speaks of coming together into that happiness and really returning. So they could be telling you that they want a reunion with you. Okay, with the Six of Water, like I said, it's like the Six of Cups. And I'm just amazed because in meditation I tripped out when I saw there's a couple, but they're children, their souls are young. Okay, but it's that connection that brings you together, because it's lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. You always have that same twin flame, and now it's here searching for you, if that makes sense for you. Okay, and they also want to say with this life experience, this is definitely telling you there's a significant event in your life that's going to come and really make a powerful shift and change to your life that will bring happiness to you, really. This is definitely where Spirit is guiding them into making a positive change in their life. And what they're conveying to you at this point is that they're trying to make that change. They're trying to be more spiritually and have that beginning start and come in where they can allow and receive love. Okay, because they've been hurt and banged up. Remember that Nine of Wands that came out earlier, where they just been banged up and not really knowing how to move, really being still in their energy. Okay, so Two of Fire, the Two of Fire is saying it's like they're coming into their own. There's a new partnership or contract that's coming in for you. But this is divine masculine saying, hey, we're going to be under a new union. This is really where I become empowered and I'm able to give you the commitment and the union that you seek. Okay, that Two of Fire is like the Two of Wands coming together to create one soul. Okay, and then the Page of Fire, which is really giving you that news, giving you that offer of something exciting and new. Okay, really rejuvenating your life and really really being ignited with passion and just allowing it to come in. I feel this is the Page of Fire, which is definitely that Page of Wands, where there is a message that they want you to know. This is hopefully, you know, they start to coming into the material world instead of the spiritual realm and give you that offer on the material plane. Okay, and yeah, there you go. There's that Ace of Cups. This is the Ace of Water in this deck, but it's what they want you to know. Remember, the question is what message would divine masculine give divine feminine right now? So this is telling you there is a new beginning. This is where you're definitely having abundance and a surge of love in a relationship, in a partnership, and having spiritual growth and really having a new home. So maybe you're moving in together. You know, this is what they're telling you. Beautiful cards, guys. Oh my gosh, like that. I just love how they all just came out together, and it's definitely the message that your divine masculine wants to tell you. Okay, so let's see. What does divine feminine need to know that she doesn't know currently? What does divine feminine need to know she doesn't know about DM? Okay, and it fell out. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so the Knight of Air. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so this is telling you really follow your intuition. Be strong in what you believe and hold those thoughts firmly to yourself. These kind of changes that are kind of come for you, it's an event that is going to be so fast when it does come to you, because it's taken so much time to reach you. At the time that it comes for you, it's going to be so sudden. but you have to believe in it, and really take the time to carefully review your options, and really allow for creativity and solutions to come in for you, as far as being decisive, as far as your whatever you're trying to like. It's like, be clear in what you're thinking about as far as what you're trying to manifest with your divine masculine, because I do feel like this is having truth. This is having truth for you, and being stable in that truth and not being wobbly. So deciding that this connection is real as well, and then that allows for this connection to come in. It's like, by you being strong in whatever you're thinking, it allows events to occur in your life. Oh my God, thank you. That's what I was trying to say. But sometimes it takes a while to say what they're saying, but that's what they want you to know. Be strong in your belief, okay? And definitely the Empress is at the bottom, where this is just telling you have an abundance, a lavish abundance, and really there's a rebirth to your dreams, to your connection with your divine masculine, and really nurture yourself and really nurture others. So take time and nurture others as well, as not just yourself, okay? And really be empowering, okay? Very beautiful, guys. I do hope you like this reading. Please like, share, and subscribe. And like I said, welcome to Divinely Guided Tarot. Have a great day. Thank you for sharing time with me.